to Gone with the Wind. I'm Tiffany Wynn, and Happy New Year! It's 2018. And so I thought today would be the perfect day to talk to you guys about a resolution that I have set for myself for this year, and something that you can do too, and it's probably going to really help you, your mindset, and just getting your day started off on the right foot every single day. So as much as I would love to take credit for the brilliant concept of the miracle morning, I really can't, because it was created by a guy named Hal Elrod. And he actually wrote a book, and this is the book that I read whenever I first started my miracle mornings. Now I'm going to tell you all the steps that you would have to take to have miracle mornings in the morning every single day in this video, so keep watching. But I still highly suggest you pick up this book and read it before you start your miracle mornings, because there are just so many little gems in here that will not only just get you prepared for starting your miracle mornings, but it's going to get that mindset right, which is going to be one of the most important steps in doing your miracle mornings, because if it's not going on up here, it's going to be really hard to get the juices flowing and to really get the full benefits of having miracle mornings. I'm linking where you can get this book below, so you can go grab that. It's not expensive at all. It's really cheap, and it's a really easy read. I think I read it in maybe like 2 nights, just because I was so eager to start my miracle mornings, and it was a really good read. So I highly suggest that. The miracle morning concept. So this is basically just a routine that you're going to follow every morning. You're going to wake up 1 hour earlier than you typically would wake up, and you're going to follow 6 simple steps every single morning to kick your mind and your energy into gear every single morning. So what are these 6 steps? They're based on the acronym Life Savers. So the savers part of that word is broken into an acronym, and each letter stands for one step that you're going to take in the mornings to start your day. I'm going to tell you which each of those 6 steps are, but first, let's talk about this whole waking up 1 hour early. Like, who wants to wake up a whole hour before they're supposed to every single day? Like, I didn't, but I also knew that I could not continue waking up in the just frazzled mind frame that I was before. So typically I would wake up as soon as Savvy woke up, and I would just hit the ground running from the time my feet hit the floor, and I would never have a chance to just like really give my body a chance to wake up and give my brain a chance to wake up before I started my day. And then it just left me like feeling frazzled and discombobulated all day long. I knew something had to give, and so this is where I started. Now here's my first tip with this, is you don't have to start 1 hour early right off the bat. I broke it into 15-minute increments. So the first morning I woke up only 15 minutes before I typically woke up. Savvy normally wakes up at 7, and I was waking up before Savvy for a good amount of time whenever I was doing early morning personal training clients. But after those sessions ended, I got back into the habit of not waking up until 7 again, and I could tell in my energy and in my body and just in my mind that I was really not giving myself 100% by doing that. So when I started my miracle morning, I started with 15-minute increments. So I started waking up at 6:45, and then 6:30, and then 6:15, and then 6 o'clock. So if you have to typically wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I know waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning just sounds awful. Start with small increments. Start at 4:45 and then slowly work your way up. It's going to be a lot easier to take those small baby steps, and eventually it won't feel that terrible. It's still going to be hard every single day, or at least it has been for me, to wake up. But in my mind, it's hard for me to wake up at 7, and it's hard for me to wake up at 6. So why would I not wake up at 6 whenever I can get my day started right, instead of sleeping in for that extra hour and still feeling tired when I wake up at 7? Now back to waking up. I was a habitual phone user at night, and I was spending like at least an hour scrolling Facebook, Googling stuff on YouTube, just random stuff on my phone when I could have been getting precious hours of sleep. So to combat that, I now keep my phone not on my nightstand, but I keep it over here on a little table on the other side of the room. So when my alarm goes off in the morning, I have to actually get myself out of bed to go get it. One, not only does that keep me from hitting the snooze button and rolling back over, it also helps to keep me from scrolling on my phone all night long when I'm supposed to be asleep. Once my phone goes on the charger over there, I'm not going to get back up to get it, so it's just there and I get to sleep. I was also waking up in the middle of the night and grabbing my phone to check my phone, and then I would either again end up in that rabbit hole of scrolling. I would end up Googling sleep insomnia, and then an hour later I'm on YouTube watching videos of cats chasing dogs. Like, I don't know, how did that even happen? But like, that's just the rabbit hole that I would just crawl myself into by picking up my phone in the middle of the night whenever I could be going back to sleep. So that has helped me with those 3 different things, and it really does help and it really does work. So once I'm out of bed, I use something called the 5-second rule, which is a totally different book that I read that talks about how you can do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to kick yourself into gear. I'm going to link that book in the comments also. I'm not going to go into too much detail with that, but once my alarm goes off, I count in my head 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get myself up, and I walk to get to my phone. I turn my alarm off, but I don't pick my phone up. I turn my alarm off, and then I go straight into my office for my miracle morning. Okay, I don't take my phone because I don't want to get distracted. I use my Apple Watch for my miracle morning, but if you need your phone for your timer part of this, then by all means do it, but just don't end up scrolling on Instagram, checking your emails, or doing anything like that. For the first lifesaver, S, silence. So in the mornings, I go into my office while everyone else in the house is still asleep. So it's silent in the house. It's so nice, y'all. I can't even tell y'all how nice it is to just sit in silence. And I meditate and I pray. So I just sit in silence, and I just sit and I cross my legs on the ground, and I just let my brain go numb. Basically, like my whole body, I just let it go numb. I try to silence all those thoughts going on in my brain. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I constantly have 6 million things going on in my head, and I just have so much going on. It's so nice to just have silence for a few minutes. So I spend about 5 to 10 minutes just in silence. Then I take a little bit of time to pray as well. And I pray over my family, I pray over my day, I pray over our finances, I pray over my life, and just all of those different things. And I just sit and I just appreciate the calm and the silence. Number 2 is A. And A is affirmations. So for affirmations, I chant to myself and repeat affirmations that I want to see in my life. These could be affirmations about my business and how I want my business to do. It could be affirmations about our finances. It could be affirmations about my marriage. It could be affirmations about my child. Just different affirmations. For example, I might chant something like, and usually I try to pick something that is relevant to what I'm experiencing in that moment. So if in that moment I'm feeling very stressed about my business or something, I might chant something like, I am a productive business owner and everything I do comes naturally. And I'll just repeat that to myself over and over until it just exudes in my body that I am a productive business owner and everything I do for my business comes naturally. And then it just like once you start to say it, it really just takes form and you start to feel it. And so I'd like to pick different ones every day, and then I'll sometimes go back and use ones that I used before and repeat those a couple of times too. I keep a journal of my affirmations and I just write them down in a journal, and then I can always go back into that journal to see what affirmations I've used that I might want to use again. And that's something that I keep in my head all throughout the day. So if during that day something happens and I start to get stressed, I am a productive business owner and everything I do for my business comes naturally. And it just calms me because I have started to believe that affirmation that I've chanted. Third is V, visualization. So for visualization, you are going to close your eyes and visualize your day. You're going to visualize everything that you're going to be doing for that day and how you want it to look. So I'm going to visualize myself waking Savvy up and she's happy and cheerful and changing her diaper and getting her dressed for the day. I'm going to visualize going downstairs and making breakfast, and I'm going to visualize my business and talking to clients and all of those different things. I'm going to visualize them. I'm going to visualize what I want for when my husband comes home and how that's going to look. And you just visualize what your day is going to look like. And then you can take it a step further and visualize your life. And so I'll start to, after I visualize my day, I'll start to visualize what I want my actual life to look like. So I'll visualize what my dream home looks like and what it's going to look like when I wake up in my dream home, and what it's going to look like whenever I have, all the things that I could possibly want in my life going the way that I want them to go. And I just visualize that in my head, and I just keep that in my head. And so I spend a couple of minutes doing that in the morning. The next one is E, and that's exercise. Now, typically my exercise would be in the morning, but I've started exercising at night now when Savvy goes to sleep because it just fits my schedule and the way I've been doing things lately a lot better. So now I exercise in the morning by doing yoga, and it's awesome because it just fits right into my lifesavers, and it's so nice to start your day off with a good stretch and a good just, moving your body and just letting everything flow so nicely. And so I'll spend about like 5-10 minutes doing some yoga. Now keep in mind, I'm not a yoga expert. I just kind of let my body move whatever I feel like it needs to move and whatever I feel like is natural to me. And that's just what I do. And so it's not like an extremely great exercise, like I don't like break a sweat or anything, but it makes my body feel so good. So next is R, and R is for read. So during my R, I'll pick up either a book for my personal development, or I'll pop in my headphones and I'll listen to an audiobook. And I'll listen or read for about 15 minutes because I feel like 15 minutes is a better amount of time than like 5 or 10 minutes like I do for the other ones. It gives me a little bit more time to really dig deep into some good personal development. I typically will do personal development during that reading time, and I won't read like a trashy like romance novel or something like that. Sometimes I'll also read some scriptures in the Bible as well, and that just really helps to get my mind frame in the right place as well. The last one is S, and that is for scribe. So you're going to start writing. So again, I keep a separate journal for this part, and I will write things I'm grateful for at the top of my journal, and I'll just try to pick something different every single day. And I'll write something that I'm grateful for, and then I just kind of write my thoughts down in that journal. And I'll just kind of journal, how I'm feeling. I'll journal about, my life as a mom. I'll journal about my marriage. I'll journal about my business, and it just really helps to just get that on paper, and I'll spend about 10 minutes doing that. So over that course of time, you've just spent an hour getting yourself together for your day, and it's amazing what that can do for you when starting your day off like that. I am a living testament of how much it can change you, because I used to be so negative and such a just not fun person to be around, especially in the mornings, and now it's just completely changed how my mornings look, and I just wake up excited about the day because I get to start my day off with my miracle morning. So I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I hope that you're going to put miracle mornings into play in your life. I would love to know, if you get started, how that's working for you. So drop me some comments, make sure you subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Bye.